Good to be back with you. I'm Sean Mormelo. On this channel, we talk about all things music as related to the performing musician. Now, that's not to say we might not talk about other things not related to the performing musician, but I've been a performing musician for over 30 years, so that's kind of my bread and butter. All right, let's get down to it. Today, we're going to talk about the future of live performing. It's obviously something we've all thought about quite a bit, being that we're live performers or wannabe live performers. Now, I have my thoughts on the subject based on my experience. Now, when it comes to the future of live performing, there's several different things you need to think about. Number one, the demographics out there that are consuming live music. Now, what I see in my gigs over, say, the past 5 years or so, you're looking at older millennials, Generation X, and boomers, mid to late 30s and up, really, that are into live music at all. That's not to say some younger adults might not be into it as well, but I don't think it's as important as a generational kind of thing as it is specifically to my generation. We grew up with live music. We grew up going to concerts. We grew up going to shows. We didn't have screens that we stared at other than a square TV. It didn't sound too good. So we love live music. We grew up watching bands, and I think we're going to continue to consume and enjoy live music until we're off the earth. That said, the type of audiences that I see are generally 40 and up. Places I play are family places, and you do see some younger people there as well, but for the most part, I think on the local level, live music is going to be something that's consumed by people who are, say, Gen X and up. So for me, being that I am older than my late 40s, I figure I could probably play and gig and get paid until I don't want to do it anymore. If you're younger, I'm sure that you can do it as well. There just may not be as many opportunities. There's more things out there to take people's attention away, entertainment-wise. Screens that they stare at, of interactive things, games. There's so much more out there now for the younger generation, and going to see a live musician or live entertainment in general, it's just a smaller piece of the pie. It was a large piece of the pie for our generations. I think that's one of the reasons why you're going to see less and less live entertainment out there. Like I said, that's not to say that if you're younger, you won't be able to do it for your whole life. I think you will be able to do it if you're good. Anybody good can have a career doing anything. Let's face it. In the last year or so, we know we've gone through some weird times, and entertainment has stopped. Broadway still has not started up again. The lights of Broadway went dark over a year ago and have not returned. So we've definitely entered a different paradigm, the post-pandemic. The pandemic that 99.7% of people won't die from basically stopped the world. It definitely stopped live music. I used to live in Nashville, and a lot of my friends tour with big artists, either as a musician or as crew, and many of them have gotten out of the business altogether. Some have unfortunately lost everything, went bankrupt. I even heard of a few that committed suicide over it. No problem that you could ever have on this earth is worth that. Things have changed a lot in the last year, and I don't think that they're going to go back exactly as they were. Now, things might shift in live music a little bit. That's to say that there might be more outdoor shows, more outdoor venues, which I thought the shift was going that way anyway, since they outlawed cigarette smoking in bars about 10 or 15 years ago, maybe in the last 20 years, depending on what state you're in. I've had more outdoor gigs in the last decade. It doesn't matter where I've lived. Either it could be in Europe, it could be Alaska. We did a lot of outdoor gigs in Alaska, so I think you're going to see a lot more outdoor live performance opportunities. Now, the future of live performing for major artists is going to be the same. You're going to see a lot more amphitheaters. You're going to see a lot more outdoor type shows, but I don't know how all this vaccine passport thing is going to fly. I know that there's a lot of people out there don't want to get that and won't get that to go see concerts. So I think that could affect the bottom line of live performance, but we'll have to see. That could further push it into a niche. Now, the future of live performing. I continue to believe that it's location dependent, in that it makes sense that if where you are, the weather is decent, Southern California, Arizona, Texas, Florida, those places I think are going to have a boom in live performance. I've personally seen it in my gigs since everything is opened back up again, that people are hungry for live entertainment. And like I said, there is a demographic. It's generally the 40 and above, but all people appreciate good live entertainment. So I think if you're in one of the warmer states that has nicer weather, you're going to have more opportunities than some of the colder places. It's more seasonal. It's always been more seasonal up north. It's been more seasonal in the Northeast, and anywhere there's winter. Summer months are always busier. People break out of their shells over the winter, so I don't think it's going to change much. But I think how we consume live entertainment is definitely going to change. You're going to see more online performances. You're going to see more Zoom type performances. You're going to see more live streaming. You're going to see live streaming where people have to go and buy tickets to the events, like Stephen Page I talked about in other videos. We're going to do a whole video series on performing live over the internet. I think that's only going to grow. That sector's going to grow. But there's something intrinsic about the energy that you get from other people, whether it's the audience or being in the presence. There's like a 3D, three-dimensional, ethereal quality to live music when you hear it in the room, you know. You know, when you're not in the room with the music, there's a separation. People want to be in the room with the artist. People want to be in the room to feel the energy of the audience. That's never going away. So if you're good at what you do, get good at what you do, and you'll always be able to make a living, I think, as a live performing musician. It's just that the way we consume is going to change, and it may become more of a niche, but I don't see that being a problem. So we're going to be looking at more online type performances. We're going to be looking at more live outside type performances due to the new health constraints that we live under. You may have these vaccine passports where these companies try to say that you can't come into their venue, like Live Nation is saying. You can't see a concert. I don't see that going very well for them. That's just my opinion. My kids' age, who are teenagers, they don't go to live shows. Everything they watch is on a screen or on a TV or on a computer. So I continue to believe that the future of live performance is going to be more and more niche as our generation gets older and as the boomers get older, pass the baton to Generation X, which is my generation. So to recap, if you're just coming up now, you're just getting into guitar, or you're just starting to perform live, I wouldn't worry about it. I think you could have a full career ahead of you. It's just that the type of venues that you come up playing might be different than I came up. In smoky bars, inside. It's probably going to be a more healthy experience. It's just going to be a different experience. I think the future of live performing for a local musician is positive. I think there's going to be gigs. There will always be gigs. If you're good at what you do, you'll always be able to make a living. So anyway, thanks for checking this video out. Please like and subscribe. I've got a lot more great videos planned. Please bang the bell or whatever you do, and I'll catch you soon. See ya.